Good evening. We begin with breaking news tonight from Washington. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is calling Congress back in session to deal with the controversy surrounding the Postal Service. The House is now expected to vote later this week on a bill that blocks the Postal Service from making any changes to operations or level of service. The action comes after new concerns that the White House is trying to undermine the agency during the pandemic while states expand mail-in voting options.
Slow down the mail at any time is disgraceful. To slow it down at COVID is despicable.
There's no sorting machines that are going offline between now and the election.
A senior Democratic official says that House Democrats are expected to be in session by Saturday.